It's time just to head on the other side of the river now as we go traveling. A question I'm often asked is, where do I hear about all of the places I travel to? Well, some of them are renowned. Most of them are on the internet. Some I stumble across. And with a few of them, I'm simply invited to come visit. Otherwise, I'd have no idea of their existence. And that was the case this week. I was invited. Come with me. Let's go traveling.
Traveling with Dan.
We are traveling very close to home this week, just down the street to the middle of Medicine Hat. St. Patrick's Roman Catholic Church is one of the most beautiful buildings in our community, and if I hadn't been invited to go up onto the roof, I would never have known it was possible to even get up there. You can see it from all across the city, especially when you drive towards it over the Finley Bridge, which opened on May 14, 1908. Now look at all of that Canadian history right there, folks. A bridge that's 117 years old and a church that's 113, and both of them still in operation. St. Patrick's Roman Catholic Church is a National Historic Site of Canada, constructed between 1912 and 1914. This church is distinguished by its soaring twin spires, pinnacles, and recessed arched entranceway, all executed in pale, smooth concrete. Yes, at a time when most buildings and churches were being built with wood, St. Patrick's is all reinforced concrete from top to bottom, and it's held up pretty well. St. Patrick's represents a fine example of the Gothic revival style adapted from the modern construction methods and materials. The church's features are said to be typical of the French-influenced Gothic revival style, notably the twin towers with spires, the recessed pointed arch central entrance, buttresses, numerous pinnacles, and the pointed arch windows. Now, there have been some major additions since the original construction. The wooden hammer beam ceiling was installed between 1931 and 32. The rose windows on the east and west were added in 1955, and the copper exterior roofing added in 1977 to prevent the leaking of the original concrete roof, and all fit in perfect with the original design. And the stained glass windows, all manufactured in Europe and brought to Medicine Hat. They're all spectacular. The cross fits in with the wood ceiling and concrete quite nicely. The view of the pews is smooth, or the pew view if you prefer. It was originally known as the Catholic Church or the Roman Catholic Church of Medicine Hat. It wasn't until 1905 when it was first referred to as St. Patrick's Church. It's an absolutely beautiful church, and it's up in the area where the choirs gather that was once intended to house an organ that we get to the part of the church that not everyone gets to see and experience. And the sights I'm about to show you are all through this usually locked door. I mentioned all of the church is made of concrete. Well, the majority of it is. The stairs up to the bell tower and the roof are all actually made of wood. And look at this picture. It's just so beautiful behind the scenes as well. Now, the ropes that you see going up and down the stairway area are connected to the bells. These very bells at St. Patrick's Church. That spire looks historic and amazing from the ground, but it's extra special when you're this up close to it, especially when you're up on the roof, close to the spire and the cross after climbing up all of those stairs on a beautiful summer day. It was amazing up there. The location of St. Patrick's Church is slightly set back from the street near the Finley Bridge, and it gives you this amazing view of downtown Medicine Hat. I've never seen this view of the city before. I didn't even know it existed. Absolutely amazing. Now, more on these bells in a minute, and it will be these very bells I'm talking about. But first, what climbs all the way up those stairs must also climb all the way back down them. Okay, I mentioned the ropes that go all the way up to the bells. Well, this is where they come out of the ceiling to this box on the wall in the lobby of the church. And by pulling these ropes, you ring the bells, which I was able to do. Now, in order to make the bells ring, you have to pull a rope a couple of times to get the bells moving. They are heavy, and after they move, they bong, bong. So if you heard the church bells ring a few Sundays ago, a little before 4 in the afternoon for absolutely no reason, that was us. We were ringing the bells. It was us. Yes, we rang the bells all the way up there where we just were Thank you to Philip for inviting me to come and see the view from the roof and to take a tour of the beautiful building that is right here in Medicine Hat, and to Raymond for sharing the tour with us. Thank you also to Father Rock Pereira for giving us his approval. I was going to say for giving us his blessing, but as you might know in the Catholic Church, his blessing means something totally different. And he didn't bless us, he just gave us his approval. It's an amazing house of worship. Thanks to everyone who helped me out. Coming up on the next episode of Traveling with Dan, we're going to see the most expensive entertainment facility in the world at $3.2 billion. Yes, and that's where we're heading next time. And although it will look like the band U2 is there with us, they will not be anywhere near us, but they sure will look like they're there with us. That's next time.
Traveling with Dan.